PS5 Pro news that is out right now. I was gonna do a video yesterday about it, but I ended up not doing a video yesterday about it. But I want to get into the nitty-gritty about this PS5 Pro, and I want to give you my opinion on how I feel about the PS5 Pro. You're talking to somebody who definitely upgraded to the mid-gen refresh for last generation of PS4 Pro, and I can say with the information that I heard from the PS5 Pro, I'm really disappointed. I always stated that it would be $700. That's a very, very, very bad price point. I explain why. Because during when the PS5 came out, right, they did not want to release that PS5 at $500. They did not. They did the two SKUs. One was 500, one was 400, whatever. They did not want to release this bad boy right here at $500. They wanted to really release it at $600, just like they did with the PS3. That's what they wanted to do. Chip shortage, liquid metal, whatever they put into it, this is what they wanted to do. Let me give you the details and the breakdown on that. Right? Sony is not like Microsoft. Sony relies on hardware sales. A lot of these companies are school, including Sony itself, Sony and Microsoft, when they sell these systems, they sell them at a loss. The price that you're paying is not the price that they use to manufacture it. Trust me, because when the PS3 came out, the PS3 was not $600 to Sony. I'm pretty sure it was like $800 something to Sony. One of the first Blu-ray players out and all the new technology, etc. It was not $600 at retail that Sony was paying. They was paying more than that, but they wanted to get that money back with their software sales. Microsoft loves that because as Microsoft doesn't sell as many systems as Sony or Nintendo, so they like to make their money off of software sales, aka Game Pass and etc. and this and that. They want to be on every screen. I digress. I'm not going to talk about that, but that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to release that at $600. So when I heard about a PS5 Pro coming out, I didn't think at first there was going to be a PS5 Pro. I didn't think they was going to do that again because they never have tapped 100% into the regular PS5 as it is right now. A lot of the games that still released on the PS5 is cross-gen, which means that it's on PS4 and PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series systems. That being, some games are not. Some games are not, but a lot of games released on both. A lot of first-party games released on both. I don't like that idea. They didn't do that with PS3. A lot of the PS3 games that released when it was PS3 were released only on PS3. Resistance, there was no Resistance for PS2. Killzone 2 was not released on PS2. Stuff like that. Uncharted was not released on PS2. These are these are games that weren't released on they wasn't cross-platform. They did that a lot this generation. Now they're shifting towards it. Now they're developing the PS6, but Sony wants to do a mid-generation refresh. I'll state again, I'm a fan of mid-generation refreshes. Played Borderlands 3 on the base PS4, 1080p, 30 FPS. When I played it on PS4 Pro, game was I think it was 1440p, which is I consider that 2K. Everybody should consider it 2K. And 60 FPS. Those games that I played on PS4 Pro, a lot of the times ran 10 times better than they ran on the original PS4. We got Last of Us, we got Borderlands 3. We got a lot of games that ran better on PS4 Pro. This is my thing. The difference between the PS4 Pro and the PS5 Pro is resolution. You was able to play games at better resolution and better frame rates. Now, they said you could do damn near the same thing on the PS5 Pro. Let's talk about the specs. There's only a 10% GPU bonus on PS5 Pro. Yeah, 10%. And the GPU is a larger GPU, but it's larger because they want to implement a lot of more ray tracing. I don't really play games on that graphics mode. PS5 Pro is supposed to merge the line between performance mode and quality mode. Basically, you don't have to choose between the two, which is that I like that part. I like that part a lot. But ray tracing, I don't really care. I play ray tracing on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart of Time. I play ray tracing on another couple of games. I think Metro Exodus have ray tracing a little bit and stuff like that. Whatever. Don't really. It's not a game breaker for me. How the game feels and how the game plays and what the frame rate's like is what I really like about the game. About the upgrade rather. The 60 FPS, I love that on every game. If you're gonna do it on every game, that's fine. They do it on a lot of their first party games that they have the performance mode, the quality mode, whatever. I still like the 60 FPS. I would choose that more than anything besides one game, was Horizon Forbidden West. I did not do that on that game. On that game, for some reason, I chose to do the quality mode, and I enjoyed the game in that quality mode with that game. Besides that, then you have the super sampling, which is basically Sony's FSR3. Steam does. I have a Steam Deck, so a lot of games on Steam Deck use that upscaling to get to where they have to get to, and their recommended performance or whatever performance they want out of the game. I like it on some games I don't like it on. Some games it makes the game blurry. It's kind of like playing The Witcher 3 on Switch. Playing The Witcher 3 on Switch, no. I liked it in the beginning when that was the only option to play it portable. After that, I played it on Steam Deck, forget it. But the Steam Deck has FSR 3 that they use now for a lot of upscaling and stuff like that. So now Sony has their own upscaling. The name, I don't even want to pronounce the name. It's like Sony PlayStation Super Upscale. Whatever the hell it's called. I don't like it. I liked back when it was native, when we didn't have the upscale anything. But I guess because the power is not great enough to run these games the way that they're supposed to, they have to do the upscaling. But there's always a compromise with upscaling, and then you always notice the difference with upscaling. But that's the third gimmick. Those are the three gimmicks that the PS5 Pro has. Upscaling, right? Ray tracing, and the CPU being 10% faster, and then you can throw in the frame rate, bro. The frame rate is gonna be a little better. Versus this bad boy right here, I don't think those gimmicks are enough. But we gotta talk about the price. Now, had the price been the same as the original PS5 and they downgraded the PS5's price, I'm for it. I'll be for it. But for $700, with no disk drive. Let's talk about that. No disk drive with it either. I'm not for that. I cannot be for that. That is that's a big blow. So you gotta pay an extra $80 or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's $80. Let's say $100. $800 for a PS5 Pro to have it the way that you have your original launch model PS5. No. And I know a lot of PC people. I'm one of the people too as well. That is like a price of the $700 that they paid is probably the damn price of a fucking 4080 Ti. Probably. I don't have a 4080 Ti. I have a 380 Ti. That's the price I paid around in the beginning, like 600 something like that bucks for it, way in the beginning. You're paying it for a console, so you think it's cheap, but for people who pay for consoles, that's not cheap. I expected them to make this price, but when we think about what's going on in today's age, that price is ridiculous for a gaming console. That is the highest price I think a gaming console has ever been in history. It's never been higher than that. So those were my thoughts on the PS5 Pro. And if you want to ask me if I recommend it, I don't recommend it based off the price. Whatever it does is whatever it does. If they had added the damn disk drive to it and it was $500, I would recommend it. I'll be happy to buy one. But to be $200 more, no disk drive, and the specs that they told me, I don't agree with that. I don't. I truly don't. I don't feel like it's the same leap from PS4 to PS4 Pro. So I don't like it as a mid-gen refresh for being $700 and no disk drive. That's my final word on that. Y'all stay tuned for more content. And if you guys want to talk about this topic more, hit me on Discord. I'm in Discord with it. And it's a shame that Sony is getting back to that cocky way, where they think they could just charge anything they want and people will buy it. Granted, once again, these Pro systems are low selling systems. They don't sell as much as the base system. People are gonna buy the regular base system way more than they're ever gonna do the enhanced model. So to make it even worse than last generation, no good. Your Ps out.